Suleiman the Magnificent was history's ultimate majestic imperial lawgiver. He expanded the Ottoman Empire to its absolute greatest territorial peak. He completely shattered the powerful Kingdom of Hungary in a single afternoon. He commanded a terrifying naval armada that absolutely dominated the Mediterranean Sea. He shockingly broke centuries of royal tradition to marry a captive slave girl. He ordered the ruthless execution of his own brilliant son and his best friend. He completely rewrote the complex legal codes of his massive, diverse empire. His magnificent golden age struck absolute fear into the hearts of European monarchs. This is the breathtaking chronicle of the 10th Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. The legendary Sultan was born in 1494 in the coastal city of Trabzon along the Black Sea. His father was the terrifying Sultan Selim the Grim, a ruler famous for executing his own viziers. As a young prince, he was highly educated in science, literature, theology, and military tactics. When his feared father died in 1520, the 26-year-old Suleiman ascended to the absolute throne. European monarchs initially rejoiced, mistakenly believing the young ruler would be weak and easily manipulated. Suleiman quickly proved them dead wrong by instantly launching a massive invasion directly into Eastern Europe. In 1521, he marched his newly modernized army to the heavily fortified city of Belgrade. He completely shattered the vital Christian stronghold, opening the direct gates into the heart of Europe. If you love these gripping tales of absolute historical ambition, please like this video right now. The following year, he turned his massive war machine toward the heavily fortified island of Rhodes. The island was fiercely defended by the legendary knights Hospitaller, who constantly harassed Ottoman shipping lanes. Suleiman commanded an armada of 400 ships and an army of 100,000 men. His elite engineers dug massive, explosive-filled tunnels directly underneath the ancient stone fortresses. After a brutal, bloody 6-month siege, he finally forced the surviving knights to officially surrender. In an uncharacteristic act of medieval mercy, he allowed the defeated knights to leave the island alive. He then set his terrifying sights on the powerful Kingdom of Hungary and its young king Louis II. In 1526, the two massive armies violently clashed on the muddy plains of Mohács. Suleiman utilized brilliant feigned retreats to lure the heavy Hungarian cavalry directly into a devastating trap. His hidden rows of massive bronze cannons and elite Janissary musketeers completely annihilated the Christian knights. The King of Hungary tragically drowned in a muddy river while desperately trying to flee the absolute slaughter. Suleiman completely destroyed the independent Hungarian state in barely 2 hours of intense, brutal combat. He marched his unstoppable army directly into the magnificent city of Buda, seizing massive amounts of royal treasure. In 1529, his terrifying ambition pushed him to launch a massive assault directly against the mighty city of Vienna. A torrential, unending autumn rainstorm forced him to abandon his heaviest siege cannons completely stuck in the mud. Despite the terrible weather, his elite miners desperately dug explosive tunnels beneath the Austrian capital's ancient walls. The brave Viennese defenders miraculously repelled every single bloody Ottoman assault during the freezing October weeks. With winter rapidly approaching, Suleiman ordered a strategic retreat, marking the absolute limit of Ottoman European expansion. Make sure to subscribe to Stickman Chronicles because we drop epic history content every single day. To further destabilize his European rivals, he forged a shocking, unprecedented military alliance with the Christian King Francis I of France. This controversial Franco-Ottoman alliance was specifically designed to completely crush the massive Habsburg Empire of Charles V. He provided massive naval support and funding to the French, striking absolute terror into the rest of Christian Europe. Refusing to accept defeat in Austria, he rapidly shifted his massive imperial focus to absolutely dominating the high seas. He appointed the legendary pirate Hürrem Barbarossa as the Grand Admiral of the entire Ottoman fleet. Barbarossa completely shattered a massive, combined Christian Holy Armada at the historic Battle of Preveza in 1538. The overwhelming victory turned the entire Mediterranean Sea into a completely uncontested Ottoman lake for decades. He also dispatched formidable naval squadrons deep into the Indian Ocean to brutally combat the expanding Portuguese Empire. His skilled admirals successfully captured the vital port of Aden, permanently securing the entire Red Sea for highly lucrative Ottoman trade. Suleiman also launched 3 massive, brutal military campaigns against the powerful Safavid Empire in the east. He successfully captured the ancient, wealthy city of Baghdad without shedding a single drop of blood. He secured vital access to the Persian Gulf, completely dominating the incredibly lucrative eastern spice trade routes. Despite his relentless military conquests, his own people respectfully called him Kanuni, the ultimate lawgiver. He completely overhauled the complex Ottoman legal system, eliminating corrupt taxes and protecting Christian and Jewish minorities. He strictly protected the rights of Jewish refugees fleeing the brutal Spanish Inquisition, offering them a permanent, safe haven in his empire. He meticulously reformed the complex agricultural taxation systems applying to Christian farmers, significantly easing their financial burdens. He established strict, fair price controls and severely punished corrupt local governors with immediate execution. He completely reorganized the massive Janissary Corps, strictly tying their military promotions to battlefield bravery rather than corrupt political connections. He was a profound patron of the arts, ushering in the absolute golden age of Ottoman culture and poetry. He famously wrote hundreds of beautiful romantic poems under the secret pen name Mahibi. His royal workshops produced the most exquisite silk caftans, intricate ceramics, and jeweled daggers ever seen in the Islamic world. He fundamentally believed that a true emperor must flawlessly excel in both the brutal art of war and the delicate art of poetry. He hired the brilliant chief architect Mimar Sinan to completely transform the skyline of Istanbul. Sinan constructed the breathtaking Suleiman Mosque, a colossal architectural masterpiece that still dominates the city today. He also ordered Sinan to construct a massive complex of public soup kitchens that fed thousands of poor citizens absolutely free of charge daily. He built massive stone bridges, aqueducts, and public bathhouses stretching from the Balkans to the holy city of Mecca. He ordered the complete restoration of the magnificent Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, covering its exterior in breathtakingly intricate Iznik tiles. He commissioned the extensive reconstruction of the ancient water systems of Jerusalem to provide fresh, clean water to all its diverse citizens. His complex personal life was filled with intense romance, bitter jealousy, and devastating royal tragedy. He shattered centuries of strict Ottoman tradition by officially marrying a captured Ruthenian slave girl named Hürrem. Hürrem Sultan became the most powerful and influential woman in the entire history of the Ottoman Empire. He allowed Hürrem Sultan to permanently move her private royal quarters directly into the political heart of the Topkapi Palace. This unprecedented, shocking move allowed her to actively participate in high-level state decisions directly alongside the Sultan. She personally corresponded with foreign kings and queens, acting as an incredibly powerful, brilliant shadow diplomat. He also elevated his childhood best friend and former Greek slave, Pergali Ibrahim, to the rank of Grand Vizier. Ibrahim became incredibly arrogant, dangerously calling himself a sultan during a diplomatic mission to Persia. Suleiman invited his best friend to dine with him one final time in the imperial palace in 1536. The next morning, Ibrahim's strangled body was discovered outside the palace gates, ordered by the Sultan himself. The royal court was completely consumed by toxic paranoia regarding who would inherit the massive empire. His incredibly popular and brilliant eldest son, Prince Mustafa, was heavily favored by the elite Janissary Corps. Hurrem desperately plotted to ensure her own sons would take the throne instead of Mustafa, She successfully convinced Suleiman that Mustafa was secretly plotting a massive military rebellion to overthrow him. During a military campaign in 1553, Suleiman ordered Mustafa to enter his royal tent alone. The young prince was immediately ambushed and violently strangled to death by deaf-mute royal executioners. Suleiman watched from behind a silk curtain as his most capable son was brutally murdered for the sake of power. This tragic execution completely traumatized the Ottoman public and permanently stained the Sultan's magnificent legacy. After the tragic death of Prince Mustafa, a brutal, unforgiving civil war erupted between his two remaining sons, Selim and Bayezid. Suleiman fiercely and publicly backed the loyal but utterly incompetent Selim over the rebellious, brilliant Bayezid. Bayezid desperately fled to the rival Safavid Empire in Persia to seek political asylum from his father's absolute wrath. Suleiman paid the Persian Shah a massive fortune in gold to have his own son Bayezid and all his young grandsons mercilessly executed. In his final years, the aging emperor suffered heavily from severe gout, rendering him unable to ride a horse. In 1565, he launched a massive naval invasion of Malta, but the stubborn Knights Hospitaller miraculously repelled his forces. Desperate for one final glorious victory, the 71-year-old Sultan led his army into Hungary in 1566. He ordered the grueling, bloody siege of Sigetvar, a heavily fortified castle defended by a brave Croatian commander. Before the final, victorious assault could be launched, Suleiman died quietly inside his royal tent. His scheming Grand Vizier kept his death an absolute secret for over 3 tense weeks to prevent a military mutiny. The Vizier forged the Sultan's handwriting and propped up his lifeless body in a window to fool the marching troops. When his death was finally announced, a shockwave of grief completely paralyzed the massive Ottoman army. He successfully left behind an empire spanning 3 continents and over 25 million diverse subjects. He completely transformed the Ottoman state from a regional power into a terrifying global superpower. He demonstrated that a single ruler could perfectly balance ruthless military conquest with profound cultural beauty. Smash that like button if you were blown away by this ancient legendary imperial lawgiver. Subscribe to Stickman Chronicles right now to join our growing community of history lovers. We upload brand new history videos every single day, so you never miss an epic tale. Leave a comment below letting us know which historical figure we should cover in our next video. Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into ancient political spirit. See you tomorrow for another wild story on Stickman Chronicles.